So can one of you tell me how this is going to be helpful? Where will you use this Kano model? In define phase, in measure phase, in analyze phase, in improve, in control, or improving your quality of the existing product, or while developing a new product, where will you find this tool a best fit?
New product development.
Developing a new product.
Beautiful.
We can use it for both, sir.
Very good. That is all. That is another best answer. Yes. So if you feel that your product is really struggling to perform, then you can start analyzing where are you actually pushing your resources, and then what is happening in the market. So instead of that, you can try to push your resource in the right place. Thereby, you can leverage more results. So it can be used in both situations. But if you use it in the right at the time of product development, you will build a great product, and which can make your brand a popular one. It's a good thing. And then how many features madam was talking about? In there could be so many features, but how many categories you can group those features into finally according to Kano model?
Three, sir.
Three categories.
Okay, what are those three?
Basic necessity.
Basic.
Performance needs.
Basic. No, go one by one. First one is basic.
Basic need.
Okay, then
Performance needs.
performance. Very good.
Delight.
Very good. Delight. And madam also added two more features. I do not know whether you missed it or not. Indifferent and then reverse. Right. But at this stage, Greenbelt level, three features, if you understand properly, that will bring a lot of clarity in all your discussion and all your activities related to product development, right? And must be. What is the must be? For example, must be, would you like to consider must be as a satisfier or as a dissatisfier in your product? Dissatisfier. What kind of feature it is? Is it the must be will satisfy your customer, or is it the must be will dissatisfy your customer? Can you give me
Satisfies the customer.
Satisfy the customer.
give me an example of a must be feature?
For example, sir, if the shampoo, when we're developing a shampoo and we claim that it is a dandruff-free shampoo,
Okay.
and the must be should be, it should remove the dandruff.
Okay.
What about other, perfume and all those things is the secondary one, but acting on a dandruff removal is the must be.
Very good. And let me give another simple examples so that everybody can easily grab the point. Let's say in a restaurant, there are a lot of features. Madam was also telling a lot of lightings and beautiful colored lightings, and so many things are there. Likewise, there will be a provision to wash your hands. Am I right? That is a feature in a restaurant. What kind of feature it is? Is it a must be, or is it a performance, or is it a delighter?
Must be.
Must be.
Sir.
Now tell me, is that same feature a satisfier or a dissatisfier?
Satisfied, sir.
Okay. Suppose you are going to a movie and you are completely satisfied with the movie. How will you react? What will you do next? We'll recommend to our friends. Yeah, you will recommend to your friends and you will write a review about the movie. Probably you may go for the movie again and again because you liked it, because it impacted your satisfaction positively. Will you do all those things the moment you have a good experience in a hand wash facility in a restaurant? Will you write a review? Will you recommend to your friends, or will you come again and again to experience the same hand wash?
No.
So it is not impacting your satisfaction positively. But when I remove that feature from a restaurant, I'm asking each one of you to come and have the food directly without washing the hands. Will you like it?
No.
Will you at least come inside my restaurant? So it is definitely a dissatisfier. It is definitely a dissatisfier. Always in any product, in any service, there will be certain features which you cannot play with it. You have to make sure you do it as per the requirement. If you don't do it, customers are going to walk out. Customers are going to dislike your product. You can't play with it. and you should not compromise on those features. Those features are called must-be features. So must-be features are not satisfiers; they are dissatisfiers, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So, right. And so what is your goal? You must do very well with respect to the must-be. You are attending the training. Are we giving the certificate?
Yes.
If I say I will give only knowledge, no certificate, all of you could have joined some other place, isn't it? Not here. So certain things are must be from your customer's viewpoint. So you just cannot compromise. That only gives you entry into the market. All right. So the top priority goes to must be. And next thing is performance. You can call the performance as more is better. I give more, you get satisfied more. I give less, you get satisfied less. So it can act as a satisfier also, it can act as a dissatisfier also, right? And for example, you are buying a car, 10 lakhs is your budget, and you have got three variants. Now you have finally frozen down to three cars. Why did you come to this stage? Because all the three fulfills all your must be. And that's why you are having them in the option. And now you will start comparing the three. Certain features you will compare your product, I mean, customer will compare your product with the similar competitors. Those features are called performance features. How is your product performing with respect to the competitor's product? And that is why we call them performance feature. When you do well, satisfaction go high. When you do bad, satisfaction comes down. Everything is good. Only the mileage is the criteria, last criteria. 10 lakhs is the car, color is good, everything else is fine. But one car is giving you 20 kilometer mileage, another car is giving you 15 kilometer mileage, and the third option is giving you only 10 kilometer mileage. Now, which one will you buy?
High mileage.
Obviously, the high mileage, right? So it's very important you see to that. Your product features are better than your competitors when it is a performance feature. Then because buying decision evolves using the performance feature. But what takes your customer to that level? Must be feature. Having a flaw in the must be, there is no point working in the performance. But now coming to the performance, if your products are better than the competitors, buying decision happens. It can be mileage, it can be the megapixel level of the camera in a smartphone, isn't it? And similarly here in a Greenbelt training program, the number of tools and techniques you learn from us in a training program. We teach you more tools and techniques and probably your satisfaction will be impacted possibly. We teach you less, probably your satisfaction will go down, right? So this is what we call it, performance feature. You can remember using the word, the more is better. More is better. More you give, the better is the customer experience. The third thing is delighter. Which customer doesn't have any expectation about this feature. It is opposite to the must be. When I say, why do I say opposite to the must be? If you don't give it, customer gets dissatisfied completely because it is a must be. But when you give it, customer doesn't bother much about it. Because it is a must be, you have to give it. The buying decision, nothing happens. But whereas a delight feature, for example, you buy a refrigerator. You are going to buy a refrigerator, and the company is giving you a cooker also free. You have paid and everything, and now they are giving you an additional 5 liters cooker free of cost. And will it increase your satisfaction? Everything else is good, so you ended up purchasing a refrigerator, and now they are giving you a cooker. You are not there to buy a cooker, but they are giving you a pressure cooker for you. Anyway, you will take home happily. That's an additional delight, isn't it? But you very well know you are not there for the cooker. You are there only for the refrigerator. If they don't give any cooker or any compliment, even after even after you take the buying decision, will you really ask them for a cooker? No. You got everything. You got what you wanted, and you are going to happily go back. So its absence will not create any negative impact. But its presence will only create positive impact. Those features are called delighters. Now, what is your goal in a product development? Must be no compromise. It is like foundation of the building. No compromise. If you compromise, your building is going to collapse. Your product is going to fail. And number two, if must be everything is good, the product can compete in the market. And to compete well, you require performance feature. Performance features are like your ground floor, your first floor, your second floor. Can you construct all these floors having with a weaker foundation?
No.
Definitely. That means you are damaging your own brand. Don't do that. So it's very important. Any small feature that you give in your product, you should know what category it belongs. And now your must be is good. Your performance also good. Now on the top of the 5th floor, you are now thinking of giving a rooftop swimming pool. And now that's a delight. Right, all the people who purchase the apartment in your in the building, and they are going to get a rooftop swimming pool, and that's an added attraction, and that will make more people to buy your product, right? So that's a delight feature. Now tell me, will you be able to reverse this order? Can you first construct the swimming pool and then construct the building and then focus on the foundation? Is it possible? Same is applicable in your product development. Don't focus on the delight directly. If you focus directly on the delight, you are damaging your market. Instead of spreading, a good message, you are spreading a wrong, negative message. Working on freebies, working on offers, and so many things will definitely attract more people. But if your product has got a flaw with respect to the performance or with respect to the must be, more people will come to know that you are doing bad. What is the point you doing it? So make sure you don't change the order. If you still find it difficult to understand the order, you can think it with your tie, shirt, and pant. So which one you want first, which one you want next, and which one you want the last, you can imagine, right? So obviously wearing a tie will beautify you, but can you wear it without a shirt? That's my question. So make sure your shirt is really appealing good, really looking beautiful in the eyes of the customer. Always anything you need to look from the eyes of the customer, not just yours. What customer feels about it, that is most important in any business. So this is how we need to use the product features. Must be, performance, and then delight. And there are certain things indifferent, which customer really doesn't care whether it is present or absent. For example, whether in your car, engine is located on the right side of the driver or left side of the driver. Have you ever checked it while buying a car? That's indifferent to you. But placing it on the right side, placing it on the left side may have some plus and minus, the technical aspect. That's the voice of the business. But from the customer point of view, it really customer doesn't bother whether the engine is there or not. Sometimes people don't even check that. As long as the car runs, it is okay for them, isn't it? So certain features sometimes will be indifferent, but it doesn't mean that you can ignore it completely. Your customer ignores it. And for you, if there is a technical importance, you do take care of it. And then finally, reverse. You know what is reverse? You give certain feature, but the more you give, the satisfaction will go down. For example, cost of the product. Cost of the product, I keep the cost more and more. What will happen? Customer will find it painful. Or otherwise, if it is a website, I keep all the information completely in a cluttered way, and nobody can find out which information is where. So website is completely complex. Can you keep a website like this? That actually it's a reverse feature. So make it simple, right? Make it simple, and similarly to connect you with our live example, the training program. How many of you like me giving you more assignments? If I give you more assignments, every day 3 assignments we give you. Do you find this a must be? Or do you find this a performance? Or do you find this a delight? Or do you find this indifferent? Or do you find this definitely a reverse? definitely a reverse. We know that. And that is why, we are not loading you lot of assignments. I just gave 2 assignments. I don't know how many of you opened it, right? So try to give less of the reverse feature and try to give more, good must be. The foundation you are learning here is going to help you throughout the life. So the knowledge is important, right? And the basic understanding about how Six Sigma will work, how Six Sigma will impact the productivity, will impact the quality, will impact the cost, you need to understand. And then the tools can come come handy to solve your problems in different situations. So this is how Kano model is helping you. And Madam also gave a wonderful idea. If you are in a confusion, whether it is must be, whether it is performance, whether it is delight, you are in a confusion. And only now, how can you sort out the confusion? You don't sort out, let your customer sort it out. Ask your customer directly, how do they feel? And how can you ask your customer? Customers are not just one person. It's always, millions of people. So take a representative of the customer. What is it you are doing? You are taking a sample again. You're taking a sample, the right customer segment, you have to do a survey. And now designing of the questionnaire becomes very, very important. If you set wrong questions with the wrong option, you end up understanding nothing. Instead of that, the right question in the right way along with the right options. For every feature, in order to categorize whether it belongs to a particular kind of category, whether it must be or performance, you need to ask 2 questions. One question is called functional, other question is called dysfunctional. For example, the assignments. When I give more assignments, what is your feeling? And you clearly told me, no, sir, we dislike your training. How can you expect us to do more assignments? Every day, 3 assignments. It's not possible. We can only just listen to you, but we really don't want to do assignments in the evening. So when I give the assignments, you dislike it. But when I say you don't have to do anything, you just log in, that's all. We are going to take care of everything. And now everybody likes it. Now, what is this category belong to? When I don't give, when I give, you dislike it. But when I don't give, you like it. Now, this can it clearly makes you understand this particular feature is reverse, isn't it? And similarly, the mock exam. We give, let's say, we prepare you for the exam. Let's say we give mock exam, several mock exam. So more the number of mock exam, can somebody tell me, will it really impact your satisfaction positively or negatively? Positively. But no mock exam, then obviously probably no, it may come down. That means it's a kind of performance feature in your mind. You want to get well prepared for the exam. So probably we need to consider an optimal level, and then we will fix it. Maybe from 4 mock exam is our ideal situation. So right now we are doing probably based on the customer's input, we can try to optimize. So this is how you need to work with respect to your product and your service. And for this purpose, your CTQs are important. In our training program, the hours of the training is a CTQ. The number of tools we teach you is a CTQ. The number of assignments we are giving is a CTQ. The number of mock exam you are writing is a CTQ. The number of case studies we are discussing can be a CTQ. And so optimizing these CTQs, if I use Kano model, very quickly we can become a popular brand. Am I right? Same way you can also make your product a popular brand. Hope the Kano model is helpful to all of you, and use it.